I must have missed these attacks. Were there planes dropping bombs? How about tanks rolling onto campuses? Squadrons of soldiers setting up posts around the campus? How about cyber warfare to take out their infrastructure? No, 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 and no. The Trump administration cut funding for campuses with policies that support our enemies rather than America. And if that is the definition of a brazen attack, I support President Trump's war. Let me break Ms. Sorensen's drivel down a bit. Except this led to calling for the death of all cops for things they did not do, as well as setting fire to homes and businesses, while collecting donations that did not go to people in these communities. Not a very effective movement. Yes, because people who burn down cities and call for the death of cops are the problem. I think Ms. Sorensen might be getting the idea. Most, if not all of these, are illegal regulations. And no one is above the law, not even Congress. Why not have these laws passed in your state, and we will let the free market show us where people want to go. Oh, and of course there has to be evolutionism in here. For reasons. Miss Sorensen just loves her drivel. This is part of a week-long series, and so I will just show you the first day. Cutting regulations and taxes is everything that the Republican Party should be about. Then came the rhinos and swamp creatures. But President Trump is trying to get the grand old party back on track. It will be hard, but that is the mandate that we gave him, because FEMA did such a great job in North Carolina and California. We need to give them even more money. How about the states keep that money and prepare for emergencies themselves? But then the pockets of the bureaucrats would not be lined while they do nothing. So, an unconstitutional federal agency shall remain, and continue to steal from taxpayers, just like it has always been. These segments are called Liberals Think. I realize that is an ad hominem, but it is cartoons like this that make me think that the title is fitting. This cartoon is nothing more than Russia collusion nonsense, and the false idea that President Trump is racist. Both have about as much evidence as Clinton has problematic associates who die of natural causes. It is just sad to think that this is the best that liberals can come up with. This must mean that he broke into the country illegally. Otherwise it would be the FBI arresting him. ICE is plenty busy arresting all of the gang members, drug dealers, and human traffickers, as well as those who got in despite being on the terror watch list. If liberals truly believe that ICE is going after dissenting views, I have some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell them. What Mr. Bennett is trying to say with this cartoon, he supports the major companies not demonized by the Democrats, wants them to continue to produce food with unhealthy compounds in them, such as food coloring made out of petroleum. He wants drugs to not be tested before forcing people to take them, and he will demonize anyone who wants to fight for Americans. All in the name of profit margins of big companies, which are surprisingly not attacked by Democrats. If big government cronies insist on having regulatory oversight over every topic, it is hypocritical to pick and choose which ones they want. I am sure that the evidence of this stolen data is right next to the evidence for the Russia collusion. In other words, it does not exist. Elon Musk tried his best, but judges and Democrats would not let him do his job. They were afraid that he would uncover all of their backroom deals, and they could not let this happen. And thus their foot soldiers attacked other people's private property, which only proved everything that we already knew about the Democrats. During the 2024 campaign, programs like Morning Joe and The View were telling their dwindling audiences that President Trump would take them off of the air. Fortunately, they are both still on the air, ready to give us some good comic relief. President Trump cut off funding to a school that supported terrorists closing the campus to attending students. So I guess money is speech after all. And I thought liberals did not believe in supporting big corporations with their tax dollars. His team also created a platform that celebrates free speech. President Trump supports free speech more than both of the two previous Democrat presidents put together. He, among others, was waved in. He, among others, had a door unlocked from the inside. He, among others, thanked the Capitol Police for their time and patience. And for this he was put in jail. There was no coup on January 6th. The fake news, however, knew that everything that they were saying about Biden was a lie, but chose to say it still. All that being said, all of these people were pardoned or had their sentences commuted. He should not even be in here. President Trump has more cognitive abilities than Biden, as Jake Tapper has recently revealed to the world. This cartoon is all part of Mr. Bennett's Trump derangement syndrome. This cartoon is also just an ad hominem, and a very pathetic ad hominem at that. President Trump is playing the media like a fiddle, and they do not even know it. So let me get this straight, just like people should be. President Trump cut off federal funding to the ultra-rich, and Democrats do not like it. And here I thought that they hated the ultra-wealthy, or at least they claimed to hate them. These schools did not stop students from shutting down the campus in order to keep other students off of the campus, who were all paying to attend the school. You have the right to free speech as long as you do not harm the life, liberty, or property of another person. Cutting off the funding to millionaires is not academic silence, and thus, academic freedom is still intact.